Greetings, beautiful people. This is SB Thinking, and my name is SB Favor. I have a special guest today. He is a preacher, songwriter, producer, and he has an amazing fitness journey that he's going to share with you today. And his name is Dr. G. Wright. How are you today, Dr. Wright?
How are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you. And how are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today about your transformation, I'm going to call it, because you truly are a transformed man. So tell me a little bit about what made you get into this whole fitness thing that you're into now.
Well, I used to be into fitness probably some years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I would say about 10 years ago now.
Okay.
But so I used to be a gym rat. I was in the gym all the time. Health was so important.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how things happen sometimes. I just lost my weight just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a few years to actually work through the depression and work through different things like that to actually lose the weight. So it was what I used to do. But I'm older, 2 years older,
Mm-hmm.
so it was a little bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what kind of got me back into it, and also what kind of helped propel me out of it was finding out that they're about to put me on insulin for diabetes.
Oh,
I'm using metformin right now, and just something clicked.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor said, she's like, you don't exercise, you're not exercising anymore, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. I'm like, what? Exercising combats diabetes? It was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like God used that to help propel me out of the depression. Say, okay, you can do this. I just started walking in the gym. I just started back from ground zero.
Okay, so you mentioned something about depression. So you're saying that you was always the type of person that was in the gym, but so you went through a time in your life where you were having some challenges and you just stopped working out, and then you mentioned the word depression. So you went through something like that, and then you had a little setback and you stopped working out. And so that's when the health issue came, and from that's when you started working out again. So tell me about as you started working out, what was the change that you saw quickly from just taking the step?
That's a good question. It kind of, listen, I tell someone, I say it's like, just put your head down and just keep taking small steps.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't see anything, honestly, major.
Yes.
I didn't see anything really, really major.
Okay.
It was just like, I just took my head down literally and just took the small steps. I'll probably say change in clothes, but I gained like 100 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, doing the walking,
Mm-hmm.
I see actually my face started going down, my stomach started going down.
Mm-hmm.
But those things happen over time. Honestly, it just happened like in slow motion. Just keep going, keep pushing. And that's literally what I did.
So was it a certain feeling that you got when you first took the initial steps? Like, for an example, like that first week that first week when you first started working out, did you feel a change that motivated you to keep going?
I'll say what I saw a change in my numbers,
Okay.
my diabetic numbers going down.
Okay.
And when I saw the numbers started going down, the more I worked out, the lower my numbers got.
Wow.
So of course, because what was happening that I was burning up the carbs.
Mm-hmm.
I was beginning to burn the carbs. So my numbers started going down,
Mm-hmm.
which encouraged me.
Mm-hmm.
And then once other people started noticing, because I didn't notice it at first.
Mm-hmm.
Then once people started noticing, it's like, okay, wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't something like I could really pinpoint. I just knew that I was physically tired, but my numbers were going down,
Mm-hmm.
I did feel better. I felt better.
Good.
I began to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when carrying a whole bunch of weight with you, extra weight on you,
Mm-hmm.
it can work your nerves. It can work on you emotionally, physically, spiritually, all those different things. If you want to look at it like that too.
So, what would you say your mental state was as you continue to keep your discipline with the consistency? Did you change? Did you see your mental state start to change in that process?
That's a good question, SB.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I did have to change my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thinking goes along with the whole process.
Absolutely.
You have to change the way you think.
Yes.
So I began to instead of saying, "Oh man, you're just so big," you just messed up so much.
Okay.
Instead of saying that, I started saying, you've done this before.
Yes.
I was a lot younger.
Yes.
And but this last yo-yo, it just broke me.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to just encourage myself.
Yes.
In the Lord, encourage myself in the Word.
Yes.
Speak positive things over my life. Speak positively over the process.
Yes.
So I had to speak positively over the process. And say and God gave me music.
Yes.
So along with that, God gave me music. And as I was telling you that, one of the messages that God gave me was "You Will Win." So that's a song on my project.
Yes.
And
amen.
And so that's honestly, that's what really got me through. God gave me music.
Yes.
To get me through. And
yes.
a lot of music too. But that really helped encourage me. So what you speak can encourage you as you're going through the process. And that's what happened with me.
Yes. Yes, that's awesome. Yes. So let me ask you this. Tell me about the challenges that you experienced, because I'm sure there was some type of challenge, from time to time, or maybe few or maybe more.
I think one of the challenges is one of the words that God has given me
mm-hmm.
Is this thing about trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
You have to trust the process. And when I was going through those different things, one of the challenges is that am I losing? Am I really losing? This is just one more chocolate chip cookie, or it's too late to do that, or
mm-hmm.
you're not, are you really? You can't do this. You're too big to do that. I can't do that. And so I had to take the "I can't" out of the equation. So biggest thing, depression tried to come back and say, you're not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
But literally, God gave me the message of hope and saying, trust the process. He gave me the music.
Yes.
And I just kept on pushing. So challenges were really those things that were the fears
mm-hmm.
that were already deep inside me. And then also, I didn't really have a lot of negative people around me, because really through this process, I've really been, besides my family and a few friends here and there, I've really done this road
yes.
process by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been like the challenge. One of the challenges is to not to see myself as the bigger version of myself, but to see myself. This is where I am right now.
Okay. So you're saying that it was more of having a mental vision of how you would like to see yourself, which in turn was a motivation to keep going, right?
That's pretty much it. You have to have that visual. You have to. So I have older pictures. I have pictures from actually probably about 8 years ago. Because what happened is I went from a time from maybe 2008 to 2012. Maybe more from 2005 to 2012. Where I actually gained and lost. Gained and lost. Anytime I would gain and I would lose it, I would gain more. Okay. And then it was dealing with death and grief and things like that. So last time, I just gained close to 100 pounds. So go
ahead. I'm sorry.
About close to 100 pounds.
So basically, what I'm hearing you say is It was the mental tenacity that empowered you to keep going. And even when you had a setback, you just continue with that mental tenacity to push ahead, correct?
It's mental and spiritual. The spiritual aspect is just as important as the mental aspect.
Awesome. Okay.
So I'm a spiritual man. I'm a man of God.
Yes.
So for the spiritual part, the spirit man had to be built back up.
Yes.
And the spiritual man had to be built back up.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was, I will say, truly mental and spiritual. It was a combination of both.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because that is essential for the whole process right there. Because just by you saying that, it makes me think about having a renewed mind for the process. Because when we are willing to obtain a new way of thinking, a renewed mind about the thing we want to accomplish, that is the beginning of the process. You use the phrase trust the process. Trust the process.
Yeah.
That's what God gave you. So having a renewed mind about what you want to see is the beginning of manifesting. Correct? Would you say that?
I would say so. And may I say something else?
Yes, sure.
One of the things also with that whole thing is to once you have that picture and you believe in that, what God's going to do. For myself, I couldn't keep on this, I couldn't keep on like looking at myself, doing these things. Am I losing weight this week? Am I losing? I didn't micromanage this. I just said, let me just keep on going. Let me focus on the Lord. Let me focus on things I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
Let me focus on that. Instead of focus on, while I'm trusting the process, I'm keeping my eyes focused, being focus driven, not
Yes.
like micromanaging it,
Mm-hmm.
or becoming obsessed by it.
Yes.
So that now, when people tell me, "Oh, you've lost a lot of weight," I'm like, "I do," or, "Well, that's for an example. My stomach was so big I could put my hand on my stomach and relax. My stomach was like a hand rest, all right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a wrist rest.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I went to do that, and my hand fell. It's like it's not there like it was. It's not there. I can't just do that like I used to. So it just amazes me the whole process.
Yes.
And just staying focused.
Yes,
Staying
focus.
focus driven.
Yes.
As opposed to micromanaging. It's definitely been a thing because you have to guard your mind. You have to guard your mind
Yes,
and
yes,
your
yes.
thoughts.
Amen.
And just understand that it's going to happen when it happens. But I can see some change.
Yes.
And I can see some change. I see a lot of change now.
You look amazing. I'm telling you, you look truly amazing. I mean, because like we were talking about before we started this, we were talking about how long we've been knowing each other. And I'm telling you, I saw your pictures. And I said, wow, you look amazing. And just keep up the good work. I mean, you look great. You look really great.
Thank you so much. I'm going to say sometimes, honestly, I'm like, wow, because like I said, I'm like 10 years older.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I look at some of the pictures on Facebook, it's like, okay, in 2012, I had lost the weight again. I had lost the weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I was almost down to where I wanted to be. And then I had another death. So these are close deaths, and they weren't happening like,
yes,
it was just a series. I mean, I'm telling you, they were like, I was going to a funeral like every week at one point. And it was too much. It become too much. But I'm in such a better place right now.
Yes.
And so I'm saying that from like 2014, probably 2012 when I started gaining that weight back,
mm-hmm.
I couldn't get rid of it. It took me like 4 or 5 years to even get to the point of saying I'm going to start.
Well, you're an overcomer. You are an overcomer, and God has blessed you so that you can bless someone else. And your story and everything that you're talking about right now, I'm sure somebody is going to be inspired by your words, because everything you said is just a blessing in terms of you stating and talking about being focused and taking care of your mind. that is the part right there that stands out the most to me, is to take care of the mind. Taking care of the mind is so vitally important. Not only when we go through things, but just in our daily lives, we have to take care of our mind. Just like we put on clothes and we do our hair, we have to take care of our mind. Our mind is something that has to be cared for every single day by what we see and what we hear every
Right.
single day. And so I thank you for stating that, because that is a key component of taking care of our spirit life. And you also said guarding the heart. Guarding the heart, having those gates up to know what comes through your gates, the eye gate and the ear gate. That is so important to take care of the
Yes.
mind. So let me ask you this. So along the process, I'm sure you changed the way the things you ate. I'm sure. Was
Yes.
there a big change in that area?
You know what? One thing I've learned is that moderation. Sometimes I didn't want to say, oh, you can't have this, you cannot have that.
Yes.
But you can say, you know what? Let me eat more of the health. Let me eat more healthy. Let me really cut back on the shoulders.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Let me really. So really, and honestly, I went to the dietary doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and she basically showed me this example of how much sugar is in a soda.
Yes.
How much sugar is in juices.
Mm-hmm.
How much sugar different little things. I'm like, wow, all that sugar. And I love sweet tea. So, and I love it. Okay, I'm not gonna even promote that sweet tea, but yeah. I love sweet tea.
Yeah, I think we all are guilty with that.
Yeah. So even more sugar in the sweet tea in the soda, and I love sweet tea. So
really?
I had to drink more water, and this how I did it.
Yes.
It's like you can have some of the things that you like.
Yes.
As long as you have more of the better things. Like if I did drink a soda, I'll make sure I drink like 16 ounces of water.
Yes. Okay.
Or if I did that, let's say if I wanted to, have a slice of pizza.
Yes.
Like I've just done my cardio.
Yes.
I will eat those things that I can burn, that make sure my body is burning, where I can burn off. I'll eat it around my workout, as opposed to let me just eat this and don't do anything. So I did have to strategize how I ate, mm-hmm. and put a little bit more vegetables, and really watch my portion sizes. Honestly, my mm-hmm. portion sizes.
Have you ever considered becoming a vegan? Because there's a vegan craze going on right now. I'm a vegetarian myself, and there are days and times where I don't eat animal products at all. But occasionally I may eat something every now and then, especially if I'm on vacation. I'll do the seafood and the fish. But have you considered becoming a vegan?
For a quick second. I love eggs and I love cheese. But yeah. I make sure I'm watching my cholesterol, so all my numbers and everything are down. All my numbers are down.
Right.
I did think about it. Mm-hmm. I thought I'm becoming a pescatarian.
Okay.
But then for the high blood pressure, I got to be careful of shellfish. So I just say everything in moderation for myself. I don't eat that much beef anyway. I don't eat that much beef anyway.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't had a piece of red meat in more than 20 something years. I mean, I just don't even eat red meat at all. So, but that's amazing. Your story and everything that you just explained, like I said, I'm sure somebody out there, they need to hear this, because it's important that we believe in ourselves, that we believe in what God says we can have. If you have a goal, or if it's something you're just trying to accomplish, big or small, I mean, as you stated, that focus that we have to have is so important, and maintaining that visual image you mentioned. You said you had an image in your mind of seeing yourself different. I think that's awesome. That's a projection.
projection. And that really, as a man, thinking so also easy.
That's right.
So you have to think, if you get that picture,
Mm-hmm.
and you really say, Lord, I'm going to trust you in this.
Yes.
And that's who I want to become. I can become that person. I can become better.
That's right.
I can become stronger in my faith. I can become stronger health-wise. I can become stronger mentally.
Yes.
And physically.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So do you you do a lot of strength training and weightlifting and things like that, I'm sure.
Yes. In fact, I do. I know some people. I'll say this. Some people. I had some people tell me stop being in the gym, saying like, you are building up your. They actually literally stopped me and was like, you're losing weight. You're doing well. Mm-hmm. This is months ago, like 7 to 8 months ago, and they're like, now let's focus on doing the cardio. But some of the people I've seen
mm-hmm.
who've done this, who gained weight and lost weight, and didn't do the strength training, mm-hmm. some of them ended up having their skin was just sagging. So for me, what works best for me, for my body type, mm-hmm. is to do the strength training. But as hard as I do the strength training, is as hard as I do my cardio. So I'm doing my cardio. I'm lifting, and the muscle weight, the muscles, burns the fat. The muscles burn the fat. So
yes,
strength training helps. They both go hand in hand, really.
Yeah. So do you run long distance, or you just do the treadmill?
Let me tell you, I was one. Listen, I have not really actually did my push myself and really time myself for the distance, mm-hmm. To see how long it. But I generally jog, walk about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So I go around my block, since the COVID thing. Yeah. But I was doing a stepper in the gym. So I was coming in doing a stepper for about 35 minutes. A stepper workout for 35 minutes is like running or jogging. Okay. Or doing an elliptical machine for a lot longer.
Okay.
So I kind of jog walk outside in the fresh air now because of COVID. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and God's like, hey, what you gonna do? And the things I said I would never do.
Yes.
It's like you got to go to the next level. So I started jogging outside, and it really, really feels good.
Wow.
But don't ask me how long I jog. I'm not sure. I can tell you about 30 minutes.
Okay.
But I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that so I can come back and I can tell you how long I can really actually jog.
Yeah, do that, because I'm going to have you back again. Let me ask you this. So what are your goals going forward in terms of just health overall? You just want to maintain consistency of just working out and eating right, or is it you want to get into weightlifting contests, or because some people, they get inspired to do that too,
You know what? I'll be honest. I did think about that. Mm-hmm. I did think, I'm on this. Let me just go ahead and push it and start doing it. But I'm not going to do that for myself. I'm going to, I'm about halfway through. Mm-hmm. So I've lost about 50, 60. So I'm going to, my goal is to go ahead and lose. Actually, my goal is to really lose about 80. Mm-hmm. Because that at least put me up to at least 200, 195, 200. So, and that's how I'm used to being, about between 200 and 230.
Yes.
So I'm going to really push myself and just be focused, just remain focused, and really just watch my snacking, watch my soda intake. Okay. Because sometimes, you just have to make sure, like we were saying earlier, we have to renew our minds. We have to renew our mind daily. Mm-hmm. And say, you know what, I'm not going to go and do all this. Let me try this. And if I'm able to give a little bit here, I might do a little bit more over here. It's give and take.
Yes.
So I'm just going to focus on strength and cardio. Strength and cardio.
Sounds good to me. You encouraging me. I work out a little bit every now and then, but I'm going to work out today when we get all done with this.
I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to SB.
Yes.
And I appreciate it. I really, 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 really do. Because, I wasn't thinking of myself like inspiring people in this way.
Absolutely.
I inspire people through my preaching and singing, but I didn't realize that, people are actually watching, seeing my process.
Oh, yes, they are. And I'm going to put you on the spot right now. I want you to sing a little bit for me because I told the people that you are a singer. So now you got to prove it to them. I mean, just sing a little bit. Sing something for me real quick.
Okay. Here's a song from my project. It goes like this. Okay, I'm going to do this one. Love is a miracle. Love is a dream come true. Love is happiness between me and you. Love is a miracle. Love is a dream come true. Love is happiness between me and you.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Dr. Wright, that is so beautiful. Now you got me ready to sing.
Okay. Go ahead, SB. Go ahead.
Wow.
That's
beautiful.
I'm in the hallway. So,
okay.
Thank you. I'm in the hallway. People are a little nervous, like, during COVID season. They're like,
well, people need to hear all the joy and the love they can hear right now. People are going through, they need to hear all the goodness that's in the air. Whatever good that's in the air, they need to hear it, right?
Yeah, that's so true, isn't it?
So
that's so true.
Let me say this to you. I know you have a lot of music projects and things you're working on. Tell the people where they can find your music and how they can look you up.
Okay. If they go into iTunes, they can find me on iTunes.
Yes.
Look for G Wright.
Yes.
They can also look for Rhapsody, all the online stores, Amazon, and they can also go to my official website, www.gwrightonline.com, and my things up on there too.
Great. Thank you so much for just chatting with me today and just sharing. I just pray that somebody is inspired, that somebody out there will just take a minute and think, I can do this too. I can change my mind. I can set the goal and I can do this too. I can accomplish whether it's weight loss or business goal or whatever it is that needs to be done. That person, I pray that they will think that they can do it too.
And I'm gonna tell you this. It's funny when you say that part. And you got, I love to talk, so so I'm gonna control myself. No, you're like, this guy keeps on talking.
No, it's cool.
I'm just gonna say this real quick. When you talk about telling yourself you can, this came to my mind last week or the week before last. I did my actual first sit up. Now remember, I was like 300 and something pounds, close to 330 pounds.
Yes.
I could not pull up all this weight.
Wow.
That was my top half of my body. Now, and I was like, I'm doing these. I've been doing these exercises. Actually do a sit up, and it's like, I was hearing the Lord say, "No, do it, try it."
Yes.
I got down on the floor, and I went to try to pull up. I said, I cannot do this. And God said, pull up from the bottom of your back.
Yes.
That's what when you do your back exercises, you do it from your lower back instead of you're not pulling up from the middle.
Yes.
You hurt yourself. So I did that, and I did one. It's like I actually did a sit up. And then I said, let me go back down and see if I can do it again.
All
I did it.
And
I did 10. So I'm telling you, that was literally like just last week or so. So I just want to say, I had to pull that thing out. I can.
That's right.
That thing out of my imaginary toolbox. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do this.
Yes, indeed. And
I'm telling you, I could not do a sit up.
Wow.
It took me like years
Well, you
Sounds so
did it.
big.
You
So
did it.
I just say,
Mm-hmm.
tell yourself you can do it. You can. You will.
Mm-hmm.
Just try.
That's right. That is so right. And Dr. Wright, I thank you again for taking the time out to be here talking and inspiring people. And I will have you back again. Listeners, thank you for taking the time out to listen to these inspirational words from Dr. Wright. Thank you so much for listening. If you need to reach me, you can reach me via email, sbfavor@yahoo.com. If you need to reach me on social media, you can reach me at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at sbfavor. Thank you so much again for listening and have a good day.